Thank you for tuning into the Inside Sports Report right here on TV 20. I'm your host, Christian Patterson. Congratulations to East Tech boys and girls basketball program, John Hay girls basketball program, and Glenville boys basketball program for representing the Senate this year in the championship. All four of these teams had great seasons and deserve to play in this game. But a special congratulations goes out to East Tech boys and girls basketball program for once again sweeping through the Senate Athletic League and winning the championship. This is the third year in a row for both teams, and there's no better way to send your standout seniors off than with a three-peat. Here are some highlights from this very exciting Senate championship doubleheader. This makes it 3 years in a row that you've been to the Senate championship, man. Just talk about your mindset going into this game today.
Well, respectfully, John Hay is a real good team, and this year they added some pieces with the freshman guard number 4. We're confident, but we are aware. So we're going to try to take care of business real quick and get the East Tech tradition going like we did before.
Okay, so you beat their only loss in the Senate came to East Tech.
Yes.
So talk about the preparation and what you told your girls going into this game.
Well, we have to be physical. We have to be strong because they are a strong team. They rebound well. We're trying to make our conditioning a very powerful piece. We go 3 hours a day and we run about 12 miles a week. So we're trying to see who's in the best shape today.
Okay, so who should the Cleveland viewers look out for today when they see this East Tech team rolling up and down this court?
Wow, we have 2 Division I players, Corian Cardwell and Chantel Bostic, going to Eastern Michigan and North Carolina A&T. But the surprise person may be Morgan Daniel. Okay. She's a senior. She's a career-leading three-point shooter. She had 22 points in the first game, and she hasn't signed yet, but she has about 9 offers. She's visiting Youngstown State and Central State next week, so she may be the surprise person today.
Okay, it's looking like East Tech got a lot of swag. It could be a three-peat. So, Coach, what you gonna do if you win this? We dabbing. All right. You've been with this John Hay program for 2 years now, and now they're in the Senate championship. Just talk about, your work ethic, bringing it to this team, and how they made it this far.
Well, the biggest thing was they had to buy into it last year, and all the kids bought in. I only graduated 1 senior last year, so that was true. That helped us a lot. So they all bought in. We worked over the summer, and that's the biggest thing. They bought into the system. They believed in it. They believe in me, and when I bring it, they bring it. So that's pretty much where it is at.
Okay, so your only loss in the Senate came to East Tech.
Yes.
Talk about the preparation for this game and that new mindset you had to instill into your team to make sure they can try to get this win tonight.
Well, the biggest thing that we have, East Tech has been up there for a few years now, and it's like the big brother, the big sister there. And so to keep the girls calm, they're going to go on their runs, and then we're going to go on our runs. We can't get too excited, we can't get too low, and that was the biggest thing I preached to them. Secondly, we got to know that we deserve to be here just as much as they do, and that was what I really preached to them this week.
Okay, and so like you said, you got a pretty young team. Some of your stars are very young,
yes,
being juniors and sophomores. Tell the Cleveland viewers who they need to look out for tonight on this court.
Well, I tell you, number 4, Lorraine Teray, she's a freshman point guard. She's phenomenal. She's really changed our atmosphere as well because she pushes the ball, she plays a mean defense. So Lorraine Teray is one that you definitely should look for as a freshman. Angel Cannon, number 24, she's a junior, 6 foot. She's got some looks already from colleges, and she rebounds, and she's almost the leader of the team. She's going to put us on our back, and she's going to let us ride. And then you can't look at our seniors. Courtney Lockhart, she is a hustler. She's going to run from end to end, and she's going to keep running all day long like she's in cross country or something. So those 3 right there you definitely want to look out for.
All right, well, good luck, Coach.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. This matchup between East Tech and John Hay started out very slow. A lot of missed shots and careless turnovers resulted in low scores in the first couple of minutes of the game. It could have been that both teams were nervous. It was John Hay's first trip to the Senate championship in 4 years, and this was East Tech's chance to three-peat, and they were hoping to not let their fans down. But once the girls got into a rhythm, Coach Burke was right. The sleeper was senior Morgan Daniel, who was the first on the board with the three-pointer. Early in this game, John Hay made it very competitive by keeping the score close and trading buckets with East Tech. The girls were scoring on both ends, and lighting it up from beyond the arc. Freshman guard Loren Teray for John Hay really showed her skill level to compete on the varsity stage. She led John Hay in scoring with 15 points, getting the majority of her buckets in the paint. And like Coach Burke said in the pregame interview, Morgan Daniel, who is the leading three-point shooter on the team, put her stamp on the game by splashing three-pointers, which helped boost the lead in this game, and ended her night shooting 75% from the three-point line. Junior forward Angel Cannon played well on both ends of the court. Angel made it her business to get to the rack early to put points on the board. Cannon is tall and she sees the floor very well. She can pass and cut to create better shot opportunities for herself. And although she scored the bulk of her 14 points in the paint, she's no stranger to the three-point line. John Hay made the first half of this game competitive, but East Tech pretty much owned the second half. Senior guard Chantel Bostic was all over this game. The defense from East Tech was overwhelming, and Chantel and the Scarabs capitalized on John Hay's mistakes. Chantel, who was last year's MVP of the Senate, shows her strength and tenacity by getting to the bucket at all costs and scoring. She finished the game with 12 points, 7 assists, and 2 steals. But this year's standout was none other than senior guard Corianne Cardwell. Corianne got buckets early from the paint as well as the free throw line. Accompanied by her best friend and running mate, Chantel Bostic, Corianne began to take over this game in almost every category. Corianne piled on a game-high 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 steals. The final score of this 2016 Senate Championship, East Tech 62, John Hay 40. After clinching his third Senate Championship in a row, Coach Melvin Burke was happy for the win, but said his girls can do better with the tournament coming up.
I hit you a little small one. Nothing major. That was real sloppy.
Okay.
I'm hoping whoever was watching us for the tournament would think we played like that, because that was a slop. I told the girls that was the most sloppiest successful game I've ever coached. I mean, I think we were kind of too excited. It wasn't John Adams. It was East High, and big crowd. We got 4 outstanding seniors and 3 hard-working juniors, but we're young after that.
Right.
We got to tighten on a few things. We got to tighten up on. Couldn't catch the ball, a few turnovers. 20-point win, and you can tell that they got better. Like I said, I do got to shout out John Hay, because the first game we had them about 40. Today we only won about 20, so they are getting better. And I do want to give Coach a shout out for his team getting better like that.
It's 3 years in a row that your team has made it to the Senate Championship. Just talk about what you've instilled in them this season to make them get this far.
Well, we're just happy to be here again. The thing is, we're starting to come around. You know, it's a long season. It's a lot of ups and downs, and we're starting to turn the corner. That's a good thing. It's a great rivalry, and we're just happy to be here.
All right, so talk about that win over Rose to get you guys here, like you said, on Wednesday.
Well, that was a little bit of revenge because Rose beat us during the season. So we did switch some things up, and we were fortunate to get that victory. Rose is a well-coached team, and they always play well against us.
Okay, so coming into this game tonight, East Tech was undefeated in the Senate, and they got a real good guy and a stud in Markel Johnson. Just talk to me about what you done told your team to try to get this win tonight.
Well, Markel is a problem. We just have to be patient and be where you're supposed to be defensively and take care of the ball and rebound. The rest will take care of itself. We match up pretty well against them. We're a little bit bigger than they are. They beat us by 5 at the first game, so I look for a real close, entertaining game.
This is the same scenario 3 years in a row.
Right.
Just tell me how you feeling going into the Senate Championship today.
It's like every year I get rejuvenated, man. I'm always up for it, especially against Glenville, man. You know, they got a great program. We have a great program, and it's just great for the city to see this on an annual basis in this type of venue. So, like I said, I'm excited to coach against Coach Holt for like the billionth time, and just to showcase the talent that we have in the Senate.
Okay, so talk about the game plan going into today. We know Glenville has a real big team, but you have an athletic team.
Right. We're just gonna do some things to try to put ourselves in position to exploit their bigs, put them out on the perimeter, and just work from there. So like I said, we have our work cut out because of their size, but I feel like we have an advantage as far as speed. So I feel like we got a great game plan. Our kids are ready, they hungry, and this is some of their first time playing in the city championship or on this stage, but they're prepared because our whole season has been based on playing on big stages. So this is just another one to add to the collection of big stages we played on this year. So I know we're ready mentally and physically. So.
All right, well, tonight should be a good one. Great rivalry game. Good luck, Coach. This was the third straight year that East Tech and Glenville faced off in the Senate Championship, and the game had a very familiar feel to it. The last two Senate Championship games were decided by 9 points or fewer, and the way this back-and-forth game started out, it looked like we were in for another close one. The crowd was very amped and tuned in to this exciting game. Glenville would make their runs and extend their lead in the game, with some dead-on shooting from inside and outside of the arc. But right as Glenville would go on a run, East Tech would answer back with the run of their own to take the lead. Glenville made this a very close game, and one of the reasons they were able to do that was the effort from sophomore guard Christian Guest. Christian played with a lot of energy from the beginning of the game. He made his presence felt at the rim and from deep. Christian was the leading scorer for Glenville. He totaled 17 points and played some pretty physical defense on Senate MVP Markell Johnson. And all the defense in the world couldn't stop Markell Johnson in the Senate Championship game. Markell's relentless attack of the rim kept East Tech within arm's reach of Glenville, even when they did make runs. And when Glenville thought they had hopes in this game, Markell put those hopes to rest by scoring at will, while battling through an unforgiving defense from Glenville. When Glenville tied the game up with under a minute to go, Markell, the two-time Senate MVP, made it his mission to win this game by any means necessary. Markell scored 49 points and grabbed 10 boards, including all 16 points for the Scarabs in the fourth quarter. And with the last-second half-court heave from Christian Guest that just missed off the side of the rim, Glenville nearly sent the game to overtime, but East Tech won with the final score of 68-65. And after picking up a three-peat in the Senate Championship, Coach Brett Moore and star player Markell Johnson were excited for this win.
It feels good. Most of these people out here wanted to see us fail, but ever since we won, they want to be all on us. But I know a lot of us wanted to see us fail. We never quit. We never got down on ourselves. When they came back, we just kept going. That's what Coach Brad taught us. Never quit. When they come back, it's adversity. So we're going to have to keep riding off. They ride off emotion a lot, so we just have to go out there and play hard.
It's getting harder and harder every year. But like I said, I have a great group of guys who are willing to put the work in to stay on top. It was easy to win the first one because we were shooting 4 people. Now with the target on our back, it's a little bit different because we have to be the aggressors, because when people are attacking you, you got to make sure you keep them at bay. But like I said, Glenville, I hope they do some reconfiguring of the Senate so we can play them twice a season during the regular season, because this is a game that the city needs to see more than just, one in the possible. We need to play them more than once in the regular season, and I just think it's an annual event to see them in the city championship.
Thank you for tuning into the Inside Sports Report. Make sure you continue to tune in each and every week for an inside scoop on our Cleveland sports scene. And stay tuned for the bottom line up front with City of Cleveland Media Relations Director Dan Williams.